Today, take a look at the BOSSCOMM P180. So it does come with a clamshell case. You've got our extension cable, so if you need to reach to the rear of the vehicle from the front or vice versa, maybe your battery's in the back of the vehicle like with a Magnum, you can use this to make that happen. We've got our power cable to connect directly to our battery. We also have a connector to connect to a cigarette lighter. And here's the tool. We do have a pretty long extension on there already. We do have an alligator clip on there in order to pass through a ground, and we've got our connector right there. We also have our wire finder. It looks like that is going to use a 9-volt battery. We got our probes and we got our instructions. So it's kind of interesting seeing the two types of probes on here. So we have one that is flexible and that will hold its position. So if you need to get into a tight area, that's going to help you out with that. And then we got our standard stiff probe. So you just take the one you want, drop it in the top, and I appreciate that has a nice sharp tip on it. So if you need to break through some corrosion, something like that, that will not be an issue. So it says it uses a TFF color display that can be powered from anywhere between 9 and 30 volts. So if you're using 24-volt battery, that'll still work with that. Working temperature is 0 to 60 degrees Celsius. Storage is negative 40 to 70 degrees Celsius. DC voltage can check from 0 to 200 volts, and I assume that is AC voltage, negative 100 volts AC to positive 100 volts AC. So that is not 120, so you're not going to really use this for household current. But it's nice to know that you can check full wave AC with that. Resistance is 0.1 ohms to 1 mega ohm. Frequency is 1 hertz to 1 megahertz. Trip current is 8 amps for 1 hour, 12 amps less than 1 hour, 16 amps less than 5 seconds. So you can see that one is a D shape, one is an O shape, so you can't really mess that up. So we'll just plug that guy in. And for testing, I'm just going to use a power supply. So go black to black and red to red. We are currently set on 12 volts and we are powered up. We can also see that we got some LEDs there on the top to help us probe around in dark spots. Right now it is set to DC voltage. So if I connect that to my voltage, you can see we got 11.9 volts, and that does light up and beep to let us know we got voltage. It also gives us a listing of the different voltages it read. So at 2.34 at the minimum and 11.91 at the max. If we hit OK, we can also check resistance. And we'll put the alligator clip on one side, and we'll check the other side. There we go. We can see we got a very low resistance, so that means this can pass through power, no problem. We also have our pathfinder, so for that we're going to need to use our pathfinder tool, and we'll connect our battery. So it's just a press the button in order to start testing, and then we got sensitivity adjustment on the side. I'm going to make a connection to the wire of the P180, and then with this guy, as we get closer to that signal, that will make a sound. Very cool. So with that, if you have a break in a wire, we can use this tool in order to find out where that break is. It's not going to be exactly perfect, but it'll be close enough. That'll give you an idea where that's at. So we'll turn that off. We have an injector tester, so we can use that to test injectors that are currently running. And more importantly, we have a clean injector function. So got a wire going to the negative. We're going to connect that to an injector. And it doesn't matter which side that we use on that pin. It does not have a polarity. So mode 4 is just going to run, so we'll leave it on that. Hit that, and then if we blast some injector cleaner through there, we'd be able to get that guy opening up. We also have diode testing. AC waveform. Again, this only goes up to 100 volts. So I'm going to be using a variac in order to limit the volts. So that's this guy right here. There we go. So we can't actually see that waveform. 32 volts. Let's go to RMS. There we go. That's a true RMS. Peak to peak. Frequency. There's the frequency. We can't see that still is at 60 hertz. Normal household current is 60 hertz. Got our battery test. So we got startup test, charge test, and load test. We got sound. So if you don't want to hear that beep, we can turn that off. We can change our language. And we got about. Probably one of the cooler things that we got is going to be our pass-throughs. It can be this little switch right here. If we want to pass voltage through, we can just click up on the positive and we can read 11.9 volts. So that way with this, you've got a little tester, basically a little jumper cable that you can just plug in and probe somewhere. Click that button and you can deliver power to that circuit. So that way if you got, for example, your brake lights aren't working and you're not sure if it is the bulb or if it's the circuit, you can use this guy, deliver power real quick, find out if that bulb will light up. So that's going to be one of the main reasons that I wanted this tool, to have a quick way of delivering power in the event that I'm dealing with an electrical gremlin and I'm not really sure where the problem is. More importantly, we have the positive as well as the negative. So even if we're getting power to the circuit, but we think our grounding is bad, do the exact same thing just by pulling down. So very handy tool to have. So if you're looking for a multimeter that is specifically designed for vehicles, that has a lot more functionality than a simple multimeter, this is going to be an excellent tool for that.